3, 2, 1.
Action.
That hurt my ears. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone and everything in between. Happy December 31st. Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. It's been a wild ride.
2020 is officially coming to a close.
It's not over yet.
Keep
your fingers crossed, and we're not out of the woods just yet. It's a few hours left.
I think the funniest thing that you told me was when you saw a meme of someone that said December 31st, like 11:59.
Yeah.
And then at 12 o'clock it becomes December 32nd.
2020. 2020 never dies.
2020 never dies.
That should be a movie name.
Anyways, cue the intro, Alex, and then we'll get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, well, I already did. Oh, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone and everything in between, this episode is on New Year's Eve. The clock is ticking and the timer is counting down. So, yeah, it's been a... Stay Positive was born this year.
Yeah, it was, dude. So, we did not release an episode last week just because of
It was the holidays.
Festivities, and whatnot. But
my friends came back from all their crazy adventures elsewhere. Pete's family, he spent time with them. He came back from his luxurious schooling adventures. Misadventures. So, yes, we should have probably given a heads up. We probably wanted to do an episode, but then everyone wanted our attention because we're really cool and popular, obviously.
Yeah, Alex more so.
Yeah, because you're the one who brought on, like, all our guests, so you're pretty popular.
I guess so.
You're cool to me, Pete. That's all that matters.
I guess so. Okay, but anyways, 2020. Let's talk about 2020, the year that Stay Positive was born, and
other things happened.
A lot of stuff happened.
Not important stuff.
So I looked up an article that said, like, notable events that happened in 2020. And, dude, this article is enormous. So much has happened this year.
Is any of it good? It's in there.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle quit royal family. Never mind.
That clip the mic.
That's hilarious, actually.
I love how you're like, oh, there's one. Oh, wait.
Oh, man.
I'm sure it's somewhere in there.
Okay, here we go. Parasite sweeps the Oscars. Do you remember that? Did you ever watch that movie, Parasite?
No. Actually, I have not.
It was a really good movie.
Oh, that's the Korean movie. Yeah. My sister watched it.
You've never watched it?
No. I don't watch movies. We've established that.
Okay. Well, it's a good movie. It's all subtitled, of course, because it's a Korean movie. But you should watch it. I think it was really interesting. And I guess the bigger picture explanation on why it was so good was because it's a huge social commentary on
Korean culture?
Not Korean culture,
Human
just
culture?
Poor people and rich people.
Oh, okay.
So that's basically it.
Yeah.
People that overanalyze it say, "Oh my gosh, they get it so right."
Yeah.
I looked at it. I said, "Okay, there are some interesting psychological explanations." Yes, exactly, thought-provoking, very much so.
Like us. Where's our nominations
for the Oscars? I mean,
do podcasts get awards? Did Joe Rogan get an award for podcasting?
He got $100 million from Spotify. I think that's more important.
We'll get there. Well, this isn't about the money,
I'm
Pete.
not concerned about that either, yeah.
It's about spreading the positivity and opening everyone's minds to thinking.
Yes.
Scary thought, I know, but you have to be able to think to have a thought. You know what I'm saying, audience?
It's true.
However, I did see, I was in New York with my friends. I was in the city, and I saw on one of the big billboards, the light screens, those big billboards in the city, those, like, electronic boards.
Yeah.
There was a Joe Rogan advertisement.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
What?
And that made me think, it's like, that could be us someday. Stay positive
I
on the
don't-
big screen.
I don't know if I want to be putting my face on a
No,
gigantic billboard.
not our face, but like our logo and our slogan.
Well, his logo is basically
Yeah,
him with
his
a
freaky
his,
face. Yeah,
with his DMT eye in the middle of his forehead.
yeah. Well, we're not.
His third eye,
We're not that.
more or less.
We're not that. But
I mean, the Vision. We are the Vision Quest almost.
we are the Vision Quest.
You know what a Vision Quest is?
I do not.
It's from the show Silicon Valley. It's a really funny show.
It's funny. That sounds like
it's a parody on Silicon Valley tech culture. Basically, it's hilarious. It's startup culture. I think it's so funny.
All right. That's our recommendation for today.
Anyways, there's like one of the earlier episodes. This one of the main characters, he goes on a trip. He does a psychedelic drug, and I don't remember which one it was, but anyways, his whole thing was, I'm going on a vision quest to try to invent the next best tech startup.
So that's just being woke, essentially.
Yeah, this guy. It's just an all around really funny show. I can't even explain all of it to you, but I gotta say, watch it. I definitely recommend it. It's worth a watch.
All right, Silicon Valley, and Parasite. Those are our recommendations for today. I can't believe. I think we've gotten better at podcasting over the weeks compared to our first few episodes.
Well, think about it. 30 episodes ago.
Yeah.
We've gotten way better, I think. It's the whole thing of podcasting is just being able to hold a conversation that's relatively interesting. At least for us. For other people, they just do it for jokes or they do it to educate. We kind of just do it to bring positivity into people's lives. That's really it.
I think at this stage in the game, as far as I'm aware, you can disagree with me, but I feel like some of our episodes are for the laughs, some of them are for like new experiences, meeting other people with other passions, and or talking about just our current environment and just trying to stay positive through it all.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we teach someone maybe a thing or two, maybe make them laugh a little bit, make them think a little bit. That's all we can ask for.
Yeah.
If we reach the heart of one person, I think that's enough.
Yeah, that's just enough. But without further ado, how about we rattle off some of the most interesting, I don't want to say interesting, because 2020 had a lot going on.
Yeah.
2020 had a lot. I mean, okay. So I found a couple, like I said, of articles that had basically
A list.
what happened. Yeah, the things that happened in 2020. And you don't normally see so many noteworthy worldwide events happening.
Didn't the black hole picture, didn't that come out this year? Or was that last year? That first ever picture of a black hole?
Great question.
Please be this year. I could use a smile.
That was April 10th, 2019.
Lovely. Time flies.
Unfortunate for you.
Time flies.
Yeah, dude.
That feels like yesterday.
Yeah, it really does, honestly. But 2020, we started off with, you remember the World War III stuff?
Oh yeah, the anime and memers were going to be enlisted in World War III.
Yes, you remember that. I think
And
it was
then
the U.S.,
Australia
Iran.
had a bit of a campfire, to put it nicely.
God.
Put it nicely.
Yeah, the bushfires decimated a lot of their
You know what the worst part
wildlife.
about that is? It probably was caused from someone smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, no, that's entirely true. Usually some people, or I don't know if it's irresponsibility, but yes,
In California,
horrible stuff like that
a
happens
few months
just
ago,
from people not knowing.
Yeah, in California a few months ago, do you know what a gender reveal party is?
I think I know where you're going with this. You might have told me about this, but
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
So it's basically a party to celebrate you knowing what gender your child is going to be. The child's not even born yet. It's just a party to be like, oh, we know what it's going to be, a boy or a girl. And these people can be crazy sometimes. They decided that the best way to throw a party to reveal the gender of your unborn child is to do, I think, fireworks? No, I don't think fireworks. I think it was just like pyrotechnics. And it was going to be like an explosion, and the smoke, if it's blue, it's a boy, and if it's pink, it's a girl. So they did it. And certain trees in the nearby area caught fire.
Oh my god.
And I think it was like several $100 million worth of damage this family caused. And the local cities had to be evacuated.
Oh my gosh, dude. What?
So, if that happened in California, there isn't... Like, listen, we don't know. Nobody knows the truth, but I am like 99% willing to bet that it was just someone being reckless with fire in a arid environment.
Dude. Anyways, yeah. And I mean, speaking of that, there were all those wildfires in California.
Yeah, one of which we just established was the fault of a foolish family.
Oh, gosh. Oh, man.
I mean, you could do so much more with that money. You just, like, however many, like, hundreds of thousands of dollars it's set up to do that pyrotechnic stunt, you could have just done anything else. You could have just gotten a cake for that. For this party.
You could have just gotten a cake. I mean, you can solve a lot of problems with just a nice little ice cream cake.
The world would be a much better place if you just, like, gave ice cream to all the people with problems.
Probably not, but...
It'd be a little nicer.
Okay, so we also have... You remember the locust swarms in Africa?
I did not. Do you remember the killer bees in Seattle?
The killer bees were all over. What are they called? Murder hornets.
Murder hornets that came from, like, Japan, but, like, found their way in America.
Okay, can I just say that also those things have been literally... There was a nest in my backyard probably for the last 5 or 6 years.
I don't think you had murder hornets.
No. They were exactly those.
Giant, like, 2-inch long hornets.
Yes.
Why didn't you tell someone?
Well, they would just keep coming back every year, and I would just take my tennis racket and kill them. No, really.
That's how you got good.
Dude, yeah. I remember when I was maybe like 12, we were young. We've had them for like every single year for a very long time. I was young, and my dad, in his very bombastic kind of display of dominance over these murder hornets, kind of just took a bucket, trapped it, and then just left it there for maybe, I don't know how long. And then maybe a day later or something, he lifts it up and the thing is just not moving, right? So maybe it's like deprived or whatever. And then he just steps on it. He kills it. And anyways, that was just something I remember from a really long time ago. But otherwise, yeah, if I was working out in my backyard, for instance, I would just take my racket and literally just start swatting. No, not even practice. Just start swatting them left and right. And to be honest, by mid-August or like before I went to school, there was only one left.
This is a secret. This is how tennis players should train.
Yeah.
It's like Rocky beating me. Pete, he hits murder hornets with a racket.
Exactly. So yeah, those things have been around for a long time, but people started seeing them a lot more.
They became mainstream this year.
Yeah.
Like all things.
It's like all those important animes. But anywho, Netflix took off. All the like really famous Netflix docus and shows and everything. Like we mentioned this before, but Queen's Gambit, for instance, that became a whole fad for about 2 months. That wasn't released
this year?
Queen's Gambit?
Yeah.
It was this year.
Yeah, that's not... It didn't catch fire. It was fire.
What, the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it blew up.
Yeah, but, like, it blew up on arrival. It didn't blow up... Like, it didn't exist, and then all of a sudden, it blew up.
It's a 2020 event, Alex.
Well, Pete, let me tell you a story. So there's a video game that also blew up today, but it wasn't released this year. It's called Among Us. Do you know what it is?
Oh my god, Among Us was a 2020 thing and a half.
Man. It blew up so much, but I'm really happy for those game developers because that was released 2 years ago. It wasn't released this year.
You know, to this day, I have not played a single second of Among Us.
I haven't either, but it looks fun. And
Does it though?
It's fun with friends. It's fun with friends.
Is it though?
It is.
I
It's
feel
basically
like
it's basically like a murder mystery, but video
murder
game.
mystery.
Yeah, because it's literally an imposter among us.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, very similar to Mafia or Werewolf.
Yeah.
You know what those things are?
No, but I
Okay.
assume I know what it is.
But you say yeah, and anyways. Okay, there were no movie theaters because of probably the biggest thing that happened this year, which was this whole little you know what's crazy? How something so tiny can make such a huge difference in people's lives.
Like our podcast? Or like maybe a
Wow.
virus?
Yes, a virus, exactly.
Certain virus.
Viruses are very small little things, but they replicate and then they can end up just destroying life. Okay.
Wash your hands, everyone.
Wash your hands. Shout out to all the health people. There was a lot of behavioral differences to society.
Yeah.
Behavioral changes as a result of the pandemic.
All the isolation kind of numbed people's senses a little bit.
Yeah, I would say just a lot of people became restless. A lot of people became depressed. A lot of people
Anxious.
Yeah, like all the bad things that you could possibly have just came because everybody was isolated. And I mean, we are social creatures, so
Remove the social, what do you get?
creatures.
I mean, that's the word for a certain group of people. We're not going to name names.
I mean, it's interesting. Like, if you were to go outside nowadays without a mask, and I'm not saying to anyone to actually do this, but if you were to do it, do you imagine how many necks are going to turn and be like, what are you doing? Like, why are you being so inconsiderate? Or
it depends.
What's wrong with you? And it's kind of crazy. It's become a new social behavior. I find it fascinating.
I think it's more upsetting to see all the Karens treat this like an actual war on their freedom. And pretend like this is an actual issue, wearing a mask, when it's not. At least not for all of them.
Yeah, I do have to say those. I mean, aside from the fact that it's kind of sad that people make up excuses as to why a mask is bad for their health.
Welcome to the digital age.
Basically. But I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, I think both of us, we watched a documentary. It was called The Social Dilemma. It was a pretty good documentary.
Oh yeah, we have some.
We might talk about that in the future.
Yes, we do. We do have some thoughts on it.
But that's for another time.
Okay, Kanye tried to run for president.
That's like Trump running for president. And wait a second. Trump tried in 2012, and he got it in 2016. Kanye tried in 2020. Kanye 2024.
I don't know, man. I think The Rock is going to run for president as well.
Why?
Because, man, apparently everybody nowadays that thinks that they're unfit to become president actually end up becoming president.
Because Trump did it?
I don't know if... I don't know. I cannot say. I mean...
Actually think they have a chance, or they're just like, yeah, I'm doing it?
I could not tell you. The way I see it is... people are just running for president nowadays like it's nothing.
Well,
hey man,
the minimum
freedom.
Age, the minimum age is 35, so I guess in 10 years you and I should start running.
Hey, why not? Why not, dude?
The Stay Positive Party.
Anyways, and then that whole presidential election happened, and Joe Biden got elected, and we know how that ended up.
Yeah, that's for other people. The future is yet to be written. We'll see what happens.
Indeed.
Which reminds me, I wanted to ask you. Oh, right. So democratic, that means, so demo means people and graphic means of the. So democratic means of the people. So for the people. What's republic mean?
Republic?
Yeah.
I don't know where the word stems from.
Yeah. I want to Google
Okay,
that.
look it up. While you're looking that up, I'm looking at all the other stuff that basically happened this year. Aside from the big pandemic and the election, the US election. Twitter got hacked. Do you remember that?
Twitter gets hacked every year.
No, but this Twitter hack was huge.
Oh, is this the Bitcoin one where where all the blue check marks said donate for every Bitcoin you donate to us, we'll double that amount? Is that the one? Because that happened this year, I think.
I'm looking.
So Republic is ruled by representatives of the citizen body. So it's roughly the same thing.
Yeah, the Twitter thing was exactly how you said. The Twitter thing was basically all those checks disappeared and Bitcoin was involved. And it's so interesting how Twitter, the one place that is supposed to be monitoring our speech in a way, is the one place where everybody can quote unquote say whatever they want.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know it's not necessarily the case, but that place gets hijacked.
I mean,
ironic, right?
The thing is,
I find it ironic.
In college, one professor I met, he basically said all of the social media have some of the worst encryption and security.
Really?
Yeah. So it doesn't surprise me in the least that Twitter got hacked, especially since it's not the first time. I don't know what he knows, but he essentially was just like, yeah, it's really not that hard to hack all these sites. And in media sites in general, it's not that hard. Because people just are lazy with encryption because it's apparently really hard. But this was like 6 years ago, so maybe they upped their game in the last 6 years.
Okay,
but
probably.
6 years, it wasn't that hard.
I mean, when you think about it, could you imagine if you hacked a Facebook or like any company that has so many individual data points on you, including your credit card?
Well, the thing is, most of these hackers, they just do it for money to make like a quick $1 billion.
No, exactly. Imagine if you hacked Instagram or Facebook nowadays. How horrible that would be to so many people. Especially now because Instagram, they rolled out this new update that basically allows you to blend in e-commerce on their platform.
What does that mean?
So originally,
to sell stuff?
Yeah. Originally, the Instagram, the little main menu, you could say, on the bottom, had the feed page, the explore page, the page where you make a picture. Originally, it was actually only 4 things, but then they made it 5, and just over years, it's changed. It had the notifications page, and it had the profile page. And now, on the bottom, they took away the notifications, they put it on the top, and they made a shop, as in like a place where you can start buying stuff. And just this is how Instagram uses its ad model very elusively, we could say.
When you say buy stuff, do you mean buy like the Instagrammers like merchandise?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So yeah, it's not like they're selling.
No, Instagram itself is not selling stuff.
Okay.
It's just allowing a place for all the advertised merchandise or objects, whatever, to have a medium to be sold.
They're essentially just cutting out the middleman. Because what these artists and models would do is they'll just link their site to buy stuff in, and you click the link and then go there.
You could say that.
So that's not the worst thing in the world. But they do have more control over you.
Yeah.
Or rather, they have more of your attention. That's more accurate.
Yes. Onwards from social media. There was the horrific explosion in Beirut. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was really...
that Easter?
Was it that long ago?
I remember there was an explosion that was caused during, I believe, a holiday at a church.
I don't remember when. It was that long ago, wasn't it? That's crazy.
Time flies.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was, a port in Beirut. No, August 4th. It was in August, dude.
Okay, so maybe this was something else.
Yeah.
Lovely.
What were 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate doing on a ship or barge in the port in Beirut?
Where's Beirut? Like Bangladesh, Myanmar, India?
No. It's there's Lebanon, dude.
Lebanon?
Yeah, Lebanon.
Oh, it's in the Mediterranean.
Lebanon? I don't think Lebanon.
Lebanon is not in the Indian Ocean. Or it's not in an ocean.
No, it's not.
Or is it? Is
No.
it on the Arabian Peninsula or is
No,
it?
it is right. It is on the Mediterranean.
It
You're
is the
correct.
Mediterranean.
It's across from Cyprus, you could say.
Oh,
It's
okay.
underneath Turkey. It's in the Middle East.
So it's next to Egypt, probably. Or no, Libya's next to Egypt, so it's probably next to.
It's north of Egypt and north of Libya.
Oh, it's in the.
Okay, so Cyprus is right underneath Turkey in the Mediterranean.
Cyprus is an
right?
island, Pete.
Yes.
Okay.
Lebanon is across from Cyprus on the mainland.
Oh, okay. East of Cyprus.
So like Greece is here,
Yes.
Turkey is here.
Yes.
Or
yeah.
imagine it switched since you're looking
No,
at me.
I got it. I know the map.
Cyprus is underneath Turkey, and then you go to the mainland. Lebanon is like a little bit underneath Cyprus, but across from it.
Okay. And it.
Got me?
Okay, got it. I didn't know about that, so that's news.
Okay. Well, yeah, that happened, and that was horrific. And I have some Lebanese friends, and actually, over the summer, I was teaching this one kid, at the club, and he had Lebanese family in Beirut, and thankfully they were all safe. So
Well, this was an explosion on a ship, right?
yeah, but it killed 190 people.
On the ship.
No, in the port area. It was a huge explosion.
Ammonia is
ammonium
methane.
nitrate.
Oh, well, the nitrate explains
Yeah,
the explosion.
yeah. So that was very unfortunate, and my
Condolences to all the
condolences and
people.
prayers to everybody. And then yeah. So besides all those besides all those things that have happened, we lost a lot of famous figures this year, and it's not really in my best interest to talk about that subject because we all know how much many of those people meant to us, and so condolences and prayers out to those families as always, and hopefully we can move on given their legacies.
Yeah, not only to all the celebrities, but to everyone this year who has lost someone special. We wish you all the best, and we know it's hard now, but know that so long as you stay positive, things will get better eventually.
And that's where the turning point starts for this episode as well, because I wanted to get this out because I was talking to my friend the other day, and he was asking me damn, 2020 sucked. Do you think 2021 will be better? And I looked at him and I said, you know what, man?
That's a good podcast topic.
No, I said, look, 2020 had a lot of stuff that affected a lot of people at the same time. There's no doubt about that. There was a lot of bad stuff that happened in 2020. But when you look at it objectively, it's just another year of memories and experiences that you essentially made, that you went through, and everyone else has a lot of those similar memories and experiences. And what you can do with that is not look at it and say, okay, this was one of the worst years of my life. You can say, I learned from this. I gained some valuable knowledge from all the stuff that's happened this year. And using all that, you can move on to the next year. And so I don't really look at 2020 as one of those years that was, horrible for me, because yeah, I had a rough 2020 also. A lot of stuff happened in my personal life. A lot of stuff happened outside of the world that affected my life as well. And it was not an easy thing, but it's just another year that I put in the books, and I say to myself, this is part of we could say the tapestry that makes my life, and 2021 will be just the same, with as many highs and as many lows.
It's just another chapter in your life, but eventually you'll reach the happily ever after.
Not everybody reaches a happily ever after, I say.
You gotta try.
No, of course. And that's why I say you have to.
The future
reach
isn't
for
written. The pen is in your hand.
Exactly. The quill?
The quill, the pen is in your hand.
The pen is mightier than the sword. There's no need to.
And social
bear
media
up
is
arms
mightier
and-
than all of that.
Okay, fair enough. Thanks for just destroying my little monologue of positivity. Appreciate you.
I think we ended it pretty positive. This year isn't the best, but it could be worse.
It wasn't ideal, but yeah,
no year
exactly.
is perfect. This
It
is
could
just
have
a
been
little
worse.
less perfect than the other years.
Yeah, I don't have really much else to say other than that. I'm looking forward to 2021, both for all the bad stuff that will happen and all the good stuff, because I think it will just provide me with more experiences that I can both learn from and grow from. And that's how I think everybody should look at it. Because if you don't expect to grow from all those things, whether they're good or bad, then what will you do?
You'll stagnate and just be miserable forever. That's not okay.
We don't want that to happen to people, that's for sure.
I'd
But
prefer-
yeah, I posed that question, and I mean, if you want to pause the podcast right now and just ask yourself that question, what will you do if you don't look at all those things that happen in your life as growing experiences? Things that, yeah, they are world changing, they are earth shattering, but eventually, how will you continue on living if you cannot actually gain something from those? And there's always something to gain from an experience, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Not everything goes your way, but through thick and thin, whether we make it out on top or through the skin of our teeth, we survive. We always remember to.
Despite having 2020, stay positive.
Stay positive, everyone, and happy end of 2020. I'll see you guys. Me and Pete will see you in 2021.
Wait, before we cut it, I just wanted to say 2021 is going to be a great year for everybody. We also have a lot of stuff coming. New guests, new ideas, new things as well. Stay tuned and stay positive.